Hey y'all, Kyle again, Tickle Dragon Forge, and today we're going to talk a little bit about drill holes. So once you've formed your hook and you've finished with the forging process, you've got a nice medallion shape that you're happy with. Tapping the holes into the metal can be done very easily with a drill press. Now what I recommend for most people is to start with a relatively small shaft. This one's a 3/16 bit for your main hole. That's a good standard size for most house screws. But one thing that a lot of people don't do that I think makes a big difference is they don't countersink the hole. Countersinking is using a larger drill bit, much larger in this case, to give you a shelf on the surface of the hole. It creates a bevel. So instead of a straight shaft, you have a shaft that slants inward before it goes down. And what that allows is for the head of the screw to sit relatively, maybe not entirely, but pretty close to flush with the surface of your medallion. And it just gives it a nicer aesthetic when it's posted up in a kitchen or outside in the garden. So countersinking doesn't take much time, and I'll walk you through it today. But it's a nice little thing to do to give your hooks just a little bit more aesthetic. The trick to countersinking is to use a very large drill bit. This one that I have here is a 3/4 inch. They're a little expensive, but they come in handy, not just for countersinking. So it's a tool that I highly recommend having in your shop. When you're countersinking a hole, you're not drilling all the way through. You're really just going a fraction of an inch into the surface to create a bevel. But it does need to be enough to where the head of the screw can sit as close to flush as possible inside of the medallion. So I'm going to adjust my drill press here where I'm relatively close so I don't have a lot of travel distance to go. And I'm not worried about the wood underneath because I'm not going all the way through the workpiece. But I'll go ahead and lock everything into place just to give me a little bit more stability. Feel good about that. Okay, I'm going to take my workpiece, and before I turn the machine on, I'm going to center it as best I can on that drill bit. That feels about right. With my hand, I'm locking the workpiece in place, but I don't want to get so close to the drill bit that I make contact for obvious reasons. So I'm going to start her up, and I'm going to watch as I go down with very little pressure to see how much skitter I have. The skitter will tell me if I'm off center with that drill bit, which I am. So I'll turn the machine off, find that center point, and reposition as necessary. That feels pretty good. Let's try again. Still got some skitter. Let's try one more time. Okay, now I've got a nice bevel just inside on the surface of my drilled hole. I think that's just about right. Thanks for watching, thanks for liking, and thanks for sharing. See you next time.